My name is Marcel Folk. I am the founder of Wine Key Experience. We are located in Washington, D.C. I founded Wine Key Experience in 2016. It's mostly family run. We started off as just a bartending staffing service. And then later on we incorporated mobile bartending where we bring the actual portable bars. And then in January 2019, we started the catering aspect. Middle of 2019, we got our liquor license, so now we are full service food and beverage. Prior to the pandemic, all of our services were in person. So we offered in-person bartending and food services for networking events, client appreciation, barbecues, weddings. An in-person event in DC, we were likely there. When I first started my business, I worked for the federal government full-time. Wine Key Experience was my evening and weekend events business, and then I hired a bunch of people to help us with the business. So, long story short, February 2020, I quit my federal job. We had a bunch of weddings and events scheduled. 3 weeks after I quit my job, all my events canceled. It was so difficult. We went from making a very good income and having health insurance and having those benefits to, I'm talking to going to zero and having to start all the way over. So yes, we faced eviction 3 times. We survived on who called distributions during the year, which was donated food for hospitality people. I overcame the challenges by pivoting, adapting, and just quickly finding out what's the new need. So people wanted to have wine delivery and spirit delivery. They didn't want to leave their house. They were in quarantine. And so we did safe service and safe delivery and virtual cocktail classes where we would actually ship kits to our clients. We would deliver for them and everybody would log in at the same time on a Zoom call to have a wine tasting or a cocktail class and just have like that little happy hour that they couldn't have in the office. So the Greater Washington Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, they had a virtual pitch competition. And they sent an email out to us and actually invited me to be one of their participants. I tied with somebody else for first place. So we got some gift cards to Giant Food. So they basically paid for some of our groceries and then they helped just to talk to us about getting in front of their members, because there are members of the chamber that needed our services during the pandemic. They were just there. They were a sounding board if I just needed to, complain. They definitely gave us some guidance on how to apply for funding. And then a few months later, they told me about the grant program. And so during the pandemic, I was reached out to by the Chamber of Commerce saying, hey, we have some funds. You should apply for this grant. If I wasn't told about it and had they not reached out to me, I would not have ever found out about it. I had not gotten any EIDL loans, no PPP, and no federal funding. And I did apply, but I did not get awarded any funding. I wouldn't be here talking to you today without the chamber. When they gave me the grant to do marketing, it really came at the very end because we were not going to survive. The Hispanic Chamber really came through for us in the nick of time. I would say to any business that's struggling right now due to the pandemic, don't lose hope. Your customers are there. You just have to figure out what's their new need. The world's opening back up again and people want your services now more than ever. And it's gonna work out.